Welcome back to the YouTube. Today we're going to talk about two ladies. You got person A and person B. Both these ladies, they want to lose body fat. They both follow two completely separate different plans, and here's the results after 90 days. Person A lost a bit of body fat, but they're kind of skinny fat. They don't have much shape, and they still have a little pocket, that little pooch at the bottom of the belly, also known as the fupa. And let's take a look at person B. Person B's built nice shape. They've got a curvy physique, they built some glutes, and they feel confident. So what's the difference between person A and person B? That's what you're about to learn in this YouTube video. Person A done loads of cardio, they done loads of classes, spin, hip, you name it. They done Pilates, because I saw some people on Instagram and they looked really cool, and they got their little matcha on the way to the Pilates class. And they done salads and smoothies. Oil, avocado, chicken, croutons, smoothies with kale, blueberries, raspberries, peanut butter, and they thought it was super healthy. And they had super low calories, because if you want to lose fat, you must have so low calories, right? But let's take a look at person B, who actually got great results, and let's see what they done. So person B, they started with strong foundations. They slept 7 to 9 hours a night. They were active every day. They got walks outside, so they also got fresh air and vitamin D, which is good for their mood and their energy, which they use for better workouts. So they had strong foundations. Person B also had a high protein diet, and they had sufficient calories to optimize their muscle tissue, which sped up their metabolism. The other thing they done to optimize their muscle tissue is they strength trained. So when they were in the gym, they didn't bother with all burpees and battle ropes and spin classes. They lifted weights, and they weren't worried about getting bulky, because they understood that you ain't gonna lift a weight and accidentally become bulky. They understood that they'll lift weights, build a toned, feminine and defined physique like our clients. You have business owner and mother of two, Gabby, who runs 2 businesses and works a full-time job. Chloe, Angela, who's in perimenopause and couldn't even sleep before because she had so much back pain. Emma, 47 years old, also in perimenopause, 26 pounds in 4 months. Paula, who had a chronic illness in her liver, she lost a mother to. She was told she had 3 years left to potentially live, lost 110 pounds and cleared her chronic illness. Rebecca, party animal, went out most weekends, decided to invest what she was spending on alcohol and kebabs into her fitness and health, now looks brand new. These examples, they just go on forever. We have so many members who have transformed using these exact methods, and the list just goes on and on and on. So what we're talking about here, it isn't guesswork. It isn't things that I just think to be true, or it isn't like most influencers you see online who've just tried to get in shape themselves and think that that is gospel. We've transformed over 1,300 women. We've been featured in Forbes magazine and Apple News for our transformation methods and the impact it's had on women. We've only ever received 5-star reviews on Trustpilot. This is real methods to transform. So here's what you have to do. Number 1, you're gonna watch my most recent YouTube video where I break down exactly how many calories and macros you need. Your macros are your protein, carbs, and fats. After watching that video, you'll be crystal clear with what to do with your nutrition. And now for your training. Twice a week, you're gonna do full body times 2. If you train 3 times a week, you're gonna do full body, upper, lower body workout. If you train 4 times a week, you're gonna do an upper, lower workout. And if you train 5 times a week, you can do a push, pull legs, upper, lower. Now the idea here is each of these workout splits have each muscle group trained twice per week, which for most women over 30 is ideal to really grow muscle tissue. If you're training shoulders for an hour, you're gonna lose interest, your intensity is gonna drop, and you'll be feeling like you got hit by a bus the next day. Not what most women want. So you're gonna look at a split like this. Now, if you have priority muscle groups, you might break this down further. So for instance, if you maybe want to prioritize your glutes and you're training 3 times a week, this lower body might be a glute focused lower body where you can add more glute biased exercises. Or maybe in this 4-day split, you might do posterior, upper, glute focused lower, upper and glutes. Posterior just being everything from the behind, back, glutes, hamstrings, calves. As an example, there's no right or wrong. You just need to do the exercises that you feel most comfortable with and that you want to prioritize the most. For your reference, here's some of my favorite exercises for each muscle group. For bicep, you can do a preacher curl or a hammer curl. For the tricep, you can do an overhead tricep extension or a cross-body tricep extension or a rope push down. For quads, you can do a leg extension or a squat. For your glutes, you can do a hip thrust and RDL, seated adductions, walking lunges or split lunges. Bulgarian split lunges is also a really, really good one. For your hamstrings, you can do a seated hamstring curl, a Romanian deadlift. For your calves, you can do a seated calf raise. For chest, you can do a machine chest press or maybe a dumbbell incline chest press. For your back, you can do a lat pull down. My preference is single arm. You can do a seated row or you can do a dumbbell row. For your front delts, your chest movements, your pressing movements will be good enough. If not, you got front raises. For the side delts, I would do lateral raises. And for the rear delts, I would do rear delt flies. Abs, I would do a cable crunch or a hanging leg raise or a lying leg raise. Are these ones you have to do? Absolutely not. They're just some of my favorites. And I know to you right now, it's Spanish. They're just words. But if you go on my page or you type in the exercise name I just mentioned and then Reese Hallard, there's a demonstration video of every single one of those exercises on my page. So go and check it out. And if you find this content useful, comment and let me know. Hit subscribe, hit like, all of that fun shit, and I'll see you in the next video.